Ah, back here on the spaceship. I wish the darn thing would fly. We're on the dark side of the moon. And I've got the one and only, my son, the infamous Tibock.
Hey, what's going on, Dad?
A lot. You know, there's an anniversary coming up of some kind of a TV show. Something to do with us.
Star Trek?
You got it, Star Trek.
50 years of Trek.
50 years of Trek?
Of Trek.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Trek. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I wanted to ask you, what did you think about the first episode of Star Trek and how Star Trek evolved?
The first episode. Refresh this old Vulcan's memory.
The Cage. The first episode where Spock was on court-martial for trying to help his old captain Pike out.
Oh, yeah, Pike, the guy in the chair.
Yep.
Yeah. It was a good show. I liked it. I did not see it when it first came out because I had a human being type first job. But I seen it a year or so later. And yeah, I loved it. I liked it.
Did you think Star Trek would have been as popular as it became?
Me, yes, I did. I did, really.
Oh, okay. Did you know it's the second largest science fiction in the world?
As a TV series?
No, as a franchise.
Oh, as a franchise. Okay. But what would be the biggest sci-fi TV show of its time?
Oh, it was of its time.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then, of course, they've only had one kind of Star Trek show.
No, they've had multiple Star Trek spin-offs. You had Next Generation, DS9, Voyager, Enterprise, and the animated TV series.
First series, there was this guy who kind of reminded me of Paladin from Have Gun Will Travel.
Well, that's a pretty good place to start off, considering Roddenberry worked on Have Gun Will Travel.
And some say that Star Trek was sort of like Cowboys in Space.
That's exactly what it was originally pitched to NBC.
You know. And I also heard in the original pitch, they weren't happy about the look of Spock with pointy ears.
Yeah, and it was a big deal back then because he looked too demonic.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, a pagan character that believes in a different type of deity and a hot planet with orange and red look to it. It's kind of wicked. So, well, what would you like to talk to me about?
Well, Star Trek, the original series, or known as TOS, was started from 1966 to 68, lasted 3 seasons, and it was just an absolutely phenomenal show.
So we could boldly go where no man has gone before, even women.
Absolutely.
And what was the significance of Uhura?
She was the first African female to actually be treated as an equal on television.
Didn't she also have a kiss?
Yes, it was the first interracial kiss on television.
Wow. We sure came a long way, huh?
Absolutely, we did.
Yeah.
Did you actually know that there was a spin-off at the very last of Season 2?
No, what was the spin-off?
There was a potential for a spin-off because they knew that Star Trek was on the cusp of getting canceled. And what they were going to do is it was a backdoor pilot from, I believe it was Operation 1968. No, it's called Operation Earth, which took place in 1968. 67, my apologies.
Operation Earth. I don't remember it.
The crew went back in time, was watching how people lived in 1967, and they came across a guy who came from another time period way far in the future and was trying to stop a missile from being, no, a satellite from being launched, which could have propelled a war into the Cold War between America and the Russians.
No, I remember an episode that had Spock with a band across his head, and he got to Cape Canaveral or Cape Kennedy. I think it was Cape Kennedy at the time.
That was the episode.
And he's got top of the doodads to it.
Yep, that's the episode.
You know, I guess they didn't want to shoot it into space because somebody, another alien, would take it as
the Russians.
The Russians would take it, and they wanted to prevent a World War III scenario.
Exactly.
And we have a lot to say on this whole stuff, and
longer than the time that we're permitted.
We'll stay with the time we're permitted because we're losing that galactic beaming cell phone technology up here.
Yep.
So, and you never know, we might be sitting in the studio to be asked questions or continue this conversation.
Exactly.
All right, that's it from Zenbock
Tibock.
and back to Eve at WUSB.